Don't live with your boyfriend or your fiancé before you get married. Statistically, you are far more likely to break up or to divorce if you do. Not everyone, of course, but that is statistically true. Plus, you are giving him all of the milk without having to buy the cow. You are playing wife without him really having to play husband.
What, did you think that wasn't going to get gross at the end? Also, why are we assuming that he's not playing husband? What, you're alluding to the fact that they're having sex with each other. I think that's part of being a husband. So anyway, that is Turning Point USA. So that's ALLIE BETH STUCKEY of The Blaze at Turning Point USA, which is, they do their little meetups or whatever to just say the word woke over and over and over again. And they say woke and then the crowd says woke and they get really worked up or whatever. But the other part of it is prominent conservative women coming out and telling other women how they should live their life, what they should do, what they should not do. And there's a whole lot of that. And she has more thoughts, specifically on the topic of sex. Let's jump to this.
The truth is, and this is uncomfortable and unpopular to say, most of our problems in society, a huge portion of our problems in society are caused by premarital and extramarital sex. Fatherlessness, abortion, all kinds of sexual depravity, even gender confusion are caused by a culture that prizes irresponsible and perverted sex. That is the truth.
And of course, did you not think that they were going to bring being trans into this? Again, what that has to do with any of her issues with abortion or whatever doesn't make sense. She's not really going to express a coherent thought. She barely got through the word statistical. So, hey, I'm glad you're here. Listen, in order for the Damage Report to keep on going, we need viewers like you to become a member on YouTube. Can you click the join button on YouTube today? Thank you. But what we do know is that sex is a big problem. And you should be very concerned about it. That's what causes most of the problems in society, not the fact that our politicians have been bought or the economy is set up in a way that you're doomed to failure. No, it's sex and you all having it and you should stop having it. And by the way, the younger generations are already having sex at lower rates than everyone else. And I will also say, and Sabrina, feel free to talk about this or whatever else interests you and what you just saw, but she didn't just talk about premarital sex. She talked about extramarital sex. I feel like there's something kind of close to home for Turning Point USA and conservatives in the topic of extramarital sex that you could talk about if you wanted to. But anyway, Sabrina, what do you make of that?
What does gender identity have to do with sex? It's so funny that she just threw that in there because, again, she's just trying to, say buzzwords to elicit a response from the conservative audience that she's talking to. It's just very hateful. And just to go back to what she was saying in the very beginning about how divorce rates are lower for women who wait until marriage and to live with their husband. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because those women who don't know any better, unfortunately, they kind of get trapped and they don't know that they can leave. And it's just part of that culture. So that's why those women aren't able to leave if they want to. So she's just saying a lot of nutty stuff. She's crazy.
Yeah, it's a really interesting takeaway from, okay, so when people spend time together before getting married, they break up at higher rates, but maybe they should before they get married. If they're not compatible, and this is a great way to find out if you're not compatible, maybe it's better to break up before the commitment, spending $20,000 on a marriage. Yeah, it's such a weird way. No, people should be ignorant. They should have no idea whatsoever if they'll actually get along. They should just all of a sudden buy a house together as if that's economically possible and be stuck with each other. And anyway, look, there's going to be a lot of stuff of they're basically trying to turn people into trad wives. They're going to emphasize how marriage and having kids are the most important thing for you, and they can be the most important thing for you. They can be great things. By the way, I will remind the ALLIE BETH STUCKEYs and the other conservatives, lots of liberal women get married and have happy relationships and have kids. There is not just one path to those things, and they also feel freed up to have careers if they want. You can do both of those things. So anyway, we only bring this up really to remind people that there's, unfortunately, in the same way that the right has plenty of broken guys trying to break other guys to turn them into desperate, victim-obsessed right-wing men for their whole life. There's a lot of women trying to lead women astray as well and get them into this cycle of victimhood and dependency and all of that. And it's unfortunate, but you need to know that it's out there. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?